is Robert. Oh, good steal. Okay, here comes White, took it away from the rookie Hawkins.
Drilled, deep right center field, way back.
The coffin on this one for the Buckeyes. Woo! Gotta get much tighter contest on that type of range.
He certainly did. Whoa. Ball thrown to hit there.
Yes. Good morning, world. And welcome back to yet another fun-filled season here with us on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast as we embark on what will be another great episode this morning. World, we are back like a shark attack, back like we left some, back like we ain't got no clothes on our back, and for the world is a better place when the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast is taking place. And so thank you for tuning in with us this morning as we conversate about the latest sports topics that have taken place from this past weekend will be upcoming this week. It is always a blast to have you all tune in and participate with us every weekend. As a reminder that every week we always like to begin our podcast by reminding our audience that this excellent podcast, the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, can be found on Facebook via the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast community page, on Instagram, again on IG at the Early Morning Sports Talk POD. Again, on IG, on Instagram. We are now live on Instagram. Yes, on Instagram at the Early Morning Sports Talk POD, as well as our own Facebook pages via Brandon Price, Jamar Goodman, Ian Jones, as well as our guests, which would be, our brother Jeremy. We are additionally on Apple Podcasts. We are additionally on YouTube as well. Just go to your search box and hit the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast. And I forgot to mention also we on Spotify. Today is March 23rd of 2024, and we have seen yet again another wild and crazy, fascinating week in the sports world, in which we've seen the NCAA tournament take place, where we have seen major giants fall to various David-like universities. Yes. We have seen some upsets. We have seen some drama thus far in this NCAA tournament, raising questions now about certain head coaches' futures. Y'all might know who that coach is, and that was my national championship pick. Voila! I shouldn't have picked him. Soon as Brandon picked him, they lose first round. Anywho, I'm sorry. Yeah, this was Jamar's Final Four team and stuff. Like we believe in this fresh man, and here come this 25-year-old killing them. 25-year-old out there making them look like babies, and this 25-year-old just banging them with 10 threes. 25-year-old just killing them. So, that's the NCAA tournament. So basically, all these large blue blood programs, some of them have fallen this weekend for sure. On the other hand, we saw our Chicago Bears, talk about drama, trade Justin Fields to the Pittsburgh Steelers, in which, in the words of what our brother Jamar Goodman would say, would be for a bag of Skittles, now causing questions against Ryan Poles and the Bears organization. The NBA playoff races are heating up. Western Conference is wide open as a grocery store. The women's side of the NCAA tournament has kicked off, as well as my Chicago State Cougars, in which I am rooting for, Jamar. I'm rooting for Purdue as well. But my Chicago State Cougars, look, and they are in the College Basketball Invitational Tournament, kicking off their game this afternoon at 2:30 p.m. Central Standard Time against the University of California, San Diego. And so watch this kid named Wesley Cardet Jr. He could very well end being up a second-round pick in the NBA draft. And so with that being said, introducing our guests this morning on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, in which this is our guest first time joining us here on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, Mr. Jeremy Thomas. Jeremy is from Gary, Indiana. Yes, Gary, Indiana, but he resides in Naptown, where he is currently a PE teacher and coach for basketball as well as track and field. Our brother is a graduate of Purdue University and the member of the Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. His favorite teams are, of course, the Purdue Boilermakers. He loves some Indiana Pacers. He is and has been a lifelong member of Coast Nation and reps the South Side, meaning that he is a loyal fan to our Chicago White Sox. Ladies, I repeat, ladies, our brother Jeremy Thomas is single to mingle and is a fantastic father to a young princess as well as a prince. And so, Jeremy, my brother, we hope you enjoyed that introduction. And we thank you for joining us this morning on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, my bro. How are you this morning?
I'm feeling good, man. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. I'm happy to be here. Happy to see my brother Jamar, high school friend. Ain't talked to him a long time. Good morning, Ian. Brandon, thanks for reaching out. This is dope. I watched y'all podcast plenty of time before. It come on early, but it's all good.
Yes, sir.
Early morning podcast. But I check y'all out. I love to listen to the opinions and the topics, and I'm just happy to be a part of it today.
Yes, sir. Good morning, Jake. Good morning, my bro. And so, yes, with that being said, introducing my brother from another mother and one of my partners here on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, Mr. Jamar Goodman. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Man, fellas, it's good to be back. Jeremy, what up, bro? Like you said, I ain't seen you in a while, but glad to see you. How's everybody doing?
Okay.
Pretty good, bro. Yes, sir. Yes. And lastly, introducing our partner here on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast and our other brother from another mother, Mr. Ian Jones, a.k.a. Rod Tidwell. Mr. Ian Jones, my bro, what it do?
It's good to be back. Glad everybody good and safe. Man, we got a lot to talk about. I might go on a rant this morning. I'm ready.
Yes, sir. And yes, I just put those tags in as well. It's so fantastic. And so with that being said, fellas, let's get into our conversations for this morning. And so we're going to start it out with the NCAA tournament thoughts. We have an NCAA tournament thus far that has provided some drama. And so I just want you guys' thoughts. We could talk about we Illinois guys, we Indiana guys. And so I'm just curious, guys. We got on our Purdue hats. Me and Ian definitely love U of I, man. Shannon Jr., that Chicago kid, bro, killing him. And so with that being said, yeah. Fellas, we're going to start with you, Jamar. We then going to follow with you in. Then we're going to let you go ahead as well, my brother, Jeremy. And so with that being said, Jamar, thus far this NCAA tournament, give us your thoughts.
Man, boy. What's wild is, my one bracket that I made, it was looking pretty at first. It was looking real nice.
Really, it was?
Yeah, like I was.
That was a disaster as soon as the damn started. I mean, I'm like, damn, they got 30 minutes for the damn tournament. Like, I'm like, geez, Louise. Like,
no, mine was perfect until Oregon lost. Mine was perfect until then. But then
Oregon won.
I mean, whoever they played. I forgot who they played.
Oregon, I forgot who they played. I know they played the 16, though.
South Carolina.
Yeah, South Carolina lost. Yeah, I was perfect until then. And and I guess that's when I caught a flat tire, and then Kentucky losing. Yeah, I pretty much lost the whole wheel at that point. It went down I-65. So
yeah.
Nevertheless, I mean, it's been man. I feel like this is one of those to where going in, it kind of felt like it was like a number of teams that could win it type deal. Even though I feel like, UConn is that team, but they have like the toughest region, in my opinion, with that. But nevertheless, like we seen a lot of double-digit seeds, like a lot. I know normally we get a few, but it just seemed like it's a lot more. And I know you mentioned, in the monologue, like the 25-year-old kid out here just torching Kentucky. Like, just think about it. Like, and they kind of like was mentioned this yesterday on TV when I was watching for a bit. But like the COVID kind of changed the little things, little small things in college basketball with the extra year eligibility. And that's why you're getting these grown men out here going against kids.
Out here killing these little boys and these grown men out here.
just think about it though. Like somebody the age of 25 that may be good enough to play overseas as a professional against like just freshmen coming in out of high school. Just think about that dynamic a little bit. But I mean, that's what you're getting, and cool. I mean, that's part of the game right now. Cool. You just gotta adjust until that wave is over. But nevertheless, man, I'm just glad for one thing though. Like even though one of my Final Four picks is done, and your bracket just all the way destroyed, Brandon. But
thanks for reminding me, Jamar.
Hey, you threw me under the bus earlier. I gotta put the bus in reverse and get you back. But no, nevertheless, I'm glad you see this hat right here, this logo right here. I'm glad they took care of business the first game. It is a case by case. It is literally like a half by half with this team. So, nevertheless, I'm glad they won the first game. Do not lose the next game. You are in Indianapolis. You better not lose. You better make it to the Sweet 16. You better make it. But yeah, man, this tournament, I'm enjoying it. We definitely seen some things so far. It's been a lot of double-digit seedings coming out with the win after the first round so far.
Yeah. And bro, give us your thoughts, bro. What's happening?
It's been NCAA March Madness, man. I mean, you can't ask for more. I think you're starting to see as far as reference to like the 25-year-old, I think you're starting to see the difference that COVID kind of made and the NIL and all these other changes to like college sports has made on the game. Like with Kyler Perry going down, man, it ain't as sweet as it used to be. All the blue bloods, they get the one and dones and they kind of run through the tournament. I don't think it's gonna be like that no more. You got these guys, they go into smaller schools or go into different schools where they're just that guy, because ultimately they're gonna get that NIL money regardless. So it's kind of like evening out the playing field. So it ain't as easy as it used to be. You just can't have a team with, like back in the day, like with John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, and all these first round picks on one team. I don't think we're gonna see a lot of that no more. So it's kind of even out the playing field, and it's making it more competitive. So it's gonna make for a great March Madness, like it does every year.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Jeremy, what's your thoughts, bro?
Yeah, so I got three main thoughts on this tournament so far. First off, my bracket is done. I don't even care no more. Kentucky, I had them in the Sweet 16, so I don't care about that. But I had Auburn beating UConn, and that ain't gonna happen now. So
wait, you mean you had? No, UConn took Ted Stetson yesterday, pretty easy.
I know they did, but I had the Auburn
further down the line.
Yeah, okay, you have right, and Auburn they lost yesterday.
They lost two. So I only care about two things, and this is good. Of course, my Boilermaker is my alma mater, and then my cousin from a different family, the mother of my children, Jermaine Cousinard. I know, bro. Like I know. I like saw him grow up and everything. So he went for 40. He went for 40 versus South Carolina against his old school. I didn't pick them to go to the Sweet 16, but I know they're going to the Sweet 16 now. But I had Creighton beating them. But my bracket says that. But I'm only going for Purdue and Oregon now. And since you guys speak of Jermaine like a 24. He turned 25 this year, I think, at the end of November. So like he's one of those guys who benefit from COVID, a red shirt year. So this is like his last year to do something. And it's amazing to see. And then my boy Edey went off for 31 and 21 last night. Just amazing. So I'm just riding on those two right now. I don't even care about the rest of my bracket because it's screwed. Like I'm looking at my bracket now. North Carolina State versus Oakland. Who picked that? Not me. Not me. I thought North Carolina State was gonna keep that train running for the ACC tournament. They got worked. They got blown out.
Right.
So tournament all over the place. But I'm gonna rock with Oregon and Purdue. They're in the same region though. So if it come down to it, I'm definitely taking Purdue. I ain't gonna tell nobody because they can get mad. But I'm taking Purdue all day. Hey, fellas, I'm going to the Final Four. I got my ticket and flight and everything.
Oh, what?
That's dope.
I'm like, what a joy would be if my Boilermakers are there.
Bruh.
Yes, that would be totally
That would be
beautiful.
like-
do this when you do
Yeah,
that.
doing.
You actually go live, Jeremy. Okay, go
Oh
live.
yeah, I'll go on Facebook
Tag
Live.
us,
I will.
tag the
That's a
page, man.
bucket list
Yeah.
item right
Yeah,
there.
Live.
yeah, I'm going for sure. Arizona, find out
Yeah.
Chicago too.
Man,
Right.
maybe
So
that.
when you
Maybe
down
that. Yeah.
there, tag
Yeah.
us, bro, please.
I will definitely tag you and I'll do a live video for real, for real.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. And so, yeah, with that, fellas, I got some thoughts too. I want to point out U of I, man. U of I, they are so talented offensively. Like, these guys can put up a lot of buckets. And I've been hearing about Shannon Jr. in for a minute, but I really just started watching him in the Big Ten tournament. He is a legit bucket. Legit bucket.
Difference maker for them too. Difference maker for them too.
That's a first round talent right there, man. For real. And so U of I, man, they are very talented. We got Duquesne today. So we got Duquesne today.
Yep, Duquesne. Duquesne.
Here we are, was down Duquesne, Jamar, at the show. That 11 seed Duquesne came out, took care of business. They came out and took care of business, man. Absolutely. You mentioned North Carolina State. Here we are. I was looking at Mississippi State and seeing how impressive they were in the SEC. And I'm like, man, North Carolina State just played 5 games in 5 days, right, Jamar, to win the ACC championship. I'm like, they could be potentially tired, but they came out, they put the steps down.
I thought they was gonna be tired too. That's why I was like, they might win. But nope.
But they
momentum.
Yeah, they came out, took care of that momentum. Exactly, Jamar.
I like a genius. Yeah, I picked James Madison over Wisconsin. I picked that like out of they whooped them too.
Yeah, exactly. Now that's the one we saw coming.
I picked that one.
We saw that one coming. Yeah, definitely. And so James Madison, a good program. They just like the guy stated at Oakland, Jamar, he said, we're not a Cinderella. I don't know what y'all thinking just because we're a 13 seed and we from Oakland University in Michigan, but we are not a 13 seed. Like, we are a very good basketball team. And so they came out, they took care of business. Oakland, I mean, Kentucky, what a disappointment. Like John Calipari, he's on the hot seat for some people out there now.
They ain't getting rid of him. They got to pay him $33 million. They ain't doing that.
Yeah.
To get rid of him, they got to pay $33 million. They ain't doing that.
Right. But you starting to hear the rumblings on TV, Jeremy, everywhere. Like, John Calipari, maybe you should we just want to give you some advice, John. Maybe you should start trying to get some more players that are more veterans and mix them in with your freshmen, because you seem to get all the one and dones, right, Jamar? All of the kids gonna go on, have great NBA careers, 3 of them from that team. And when they go to the tournament, they get schooled by Oakland. And so you should try to find some guys be more like Tom Izzo. What did Michigan State do? They put the clamps.
I picked that.
Clamps.
I picked that.
Yeah.
They put the clamps. And so Tiana's very happy this morning because Michigan State had a crappy season.
Well, for sure.
19 and 14.
It wasn't the best season for them.
Wasn't the best season, right?
I don't even know how they made it.
Time come, Jamar. You see the difference, right?
Hey, I got them beat North Carolina too. Say I'm drunk, but I got them beat North Carolina. I picked them my bracket.
Wow.
I think they're gonna beat them. They're gonna North Carolina's weak.
Anything is possible. Anything is
North
possible.
Right this Y'all gonna see.
Gonna see. Wow. And so that's just a prime example. Michigan State come in, they putting the clamps on teams, like veteran squad, a lot of 4 or 5 year players. So they come to this tournament, they're prepared, and they're going to defend. They're going to do all the small things. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Hey, to go back on Calipari though, I think if he stay, he in a lose-lose situation. If he stay, nothing's going to change. But he's also going to be hated. I think he should just step away because they're not going to get no better with the current way it is. They're not going to win. They still not going to win next year. It's just like y'all said, it's a different time, and I think he can't adjust. And now people don't have to go to Kentucky. Like 10 years ago, you had to go to Kentucky if you knew you had to go there. You can go anywhere now. So what he gonna sell? So they got to pay him $33 million though. That's why.
I feel like he has to go back to the basics, back to where he started, how he grinded his way, how he would do anything to win. that John Calipari, because what Stephen A. Smith said, which I wholeheartedly agree. Like, is he more focused on giving motivational speeches, or are you actually trying to win games? Like, what are we doing?
He in a rough spot.
So it's almost like similar to the reason Nick Saban left. It's not the same. College sports is not the same with this NIL.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And then who do you replace them with? Like being Purdue fans, you hear every year they trying to get rid of Painter. They ran a Painter. He not winning. He not doing this. But who you gonna replace him with? You gonna look at IU. They replaced Tom Crean. He was good. They've been sorry for the past since he left. They haven't been good. So who do you replace? You just sometimes you got to just roll with it.
Right. Indiana thought they made a splash with the Atlanta Hawks old coach Mike Woodson, because he at Indiana right now. But Mike Woodson, he haven't made much of a change for Indiana. They, borderline squad that didn't get in the tournament. And so, it's a number of veteran teams that have come, like Jamar stated, it's a number of double C digit teams that have come. We have not seen any freshman squads thus far really do much this tournament. I was looking forward to Jamal Mashburn Jr. His New Mexico didn't show up at all, Jamar. They tried to get some momentum yesterday. It just was not working. Shout out to Kansas, fellas. Kansas as well. We
losing next round.
We doubted them on Monday because them being banged.
That was a controversial play. You seen that?
That was all ball.
It was so controversial against Sanford. Sanford felt like they got robbed, and I do too.
Hey, that was all ball.
Yes.
Like, that was all ball.
All ball. Absolutely.
You can't review it, though. They said you can't review it because it's a reaction play. So, like, from the ref's angle, he probably thought that he bumped him or something. The replay clearly showed he had all ball. Like, he didn't touch him at all.
I felt so bad for Sanford.
He didn't touch him at all.
Program. It's a lot for them to get into that tournament.
Exactly. Yeah, that was terrible.
Right. It's a lot for them to get into that tournament compared to Michigan State, who just is Michigan State. And
24 straight years.
Right. I guess they just knew. They just knew Michigan State was gonna come take care of business, and they did. They did all right. And so it's a lot happening, fellas. Any more additional thoughts? Any surprises we got coming up for these next few days that y'all want to point out?
I'm really telling y'all, North Carolina's gonna lose to Michigan State. Just mark it that I said that, because I really think Michigan State just going. North Carolina not tough to me. They're not really. They are who y'all think they are. That's what I'm gonna say.
Wow.
I think they're not that good. Like when I was looking at them versus Duke and stuff, they're not really that good.
Right.
Michigan State gonna handle them, bro. I think that's my big one.
And shout out y'all additionally to the game of the century, in my opinion, in college basketball, which was Colorado and Florida yesterday. Oh no, fellas, if y'all got a chance to see that. Oh my goodness.
Great game.
High scoring game, 102, 100.
102-100 down to the last second, bro.
I ain't get to see that.
They were getting it in. And so, fellas, just want to point out Dayton, Arizona today, Gonzaga, Kansas, Michigan State, North Carolina, Washington State, Iowa State, Oakland, North Carolina State, 14-11 seed.
Yeah, that's crazy.
See, as we predicted, Jamar, Duquesne and Illinois, Oregon and Creighton. And any thoughts with today's games, fellas, when we progress to tomorrow?
Wait, you didn't shout out your Chicago team, Northwestern. I'm mad they beat
FAU.
I'm mad they beat FAU.
Because I thought they were going to lose to Florida Atlantic.
We got a kid from Gary.
And Florida Atlantic blew it.
He was tripping. He was on the ball.
Was he a senior?
It's sad, though, because I'm like, damn,
I think he was a junior.
We've been supporting Davis so much.
I like FAU.
Sports Talk podcast. We have been supporting that boy, Jamar, and you know it, Ian, because he's from Gary.
He's from Gary.
He's a leader. And he went down and he held that ball. I felt so bad because the game ended, Jamar. Guess what I ran into on my phone? An article bashing him.
Damn.
What?
Dang.
An article bashing him for holding the ball too long.
Dang.
Yep.
Hey, Northwestern took off in overtime. They had new life.
They took off in overtime.
They started hitting shots. Like, what was that about? They hit no shots. Overtime, they was like, oh, we win this game. I'm happy for the Big Ten. But I'm sad for FAU.
Man,
I think he's a junior, so he can come back. I think.
Goodness.
I think he can come back, but he might. He might be NBA. He might be NBA though.
He should be a nice point guard in the NBA.
He might be NBA.
But you know,
Deshaun said, sorry. Deshaun said, "My dogs, what up, JT Money? I see your Boilermakers got the monkey off their back."
Sir. That's all we needed. That's all we needed. That's all we needed. We going to the Final Four, baby.
please, Jeremy, please stop it. You make us nervous when you say
no, literally. Nothing worked before. This might work. Nothing worked in the past, but I didn't say nothing.
Yeah, and so with that, thank you for pointing that out though, because Northwestern, man, they legitly got hot, and I just felt so bad for Atlanta because they had control of the game, controlled the game mostly. Chicago State, man, beat Northwestern. And I'm sorry to bring up Chicago State, but they beat Northwestern. So I'm like, Northwestern, they not finna advance in the tournament. But if Chicago State beat Northwestern bro, think about that. Let that sink in. Chicago State beat Northwestern, and now Northwestern in the second round of the tournament. What the hell is the difference? Northwestern even had a chance to beat Purdue.
No, they beat Purdue. They played
Jamar, and what is that saying about college basketball now? Like
parity. It's just parity. Yeah. A lot of people just at different spots.
Anything is possible in March, man.
Anything is possible.
Crazy.
Boo is good though. He's legit. That dude.
Oh yeah, he's an NBA talent. Yeah,
he's good though.
And that's nice to see a nice guard come from Northwestern.
Yeah.
You know, Northwestern, Purdue academic schools. You know.
Yeah.
And so with that, Jeremy, let's progress now with your Boilermakers, bro.
Yeah.
And so give us your thoughts about your Boilermakers, man, because I'm nervous as hell.
I was relieved, but you know what though? I'm excited because when they interviewed Edie, it told me all I need to know. My man focused. He wasn't joking around. She said, "How you feel about the game?" He said, "Oh, we did what we had to do. We on to the next round." He focused. This dude had 30 points and 21 rebounds and like 3 or 4 blocks. He's focused.
Yeah, but you got to keep in mind, right?
Okay.
And if you had a chance to look at the game in Jamar,
okay.
Those little Grambling babies, they was trying. They big man was trying. Y'all see it from the beginning. They were trying so hard. I'm so proud of them. Like they were trying so hard with Edie, but Edie was big. He was big.
Our shooters are shooting, so I think that we're gonna be okay. Like when he got double teamed, he would throw it out. They was knocking down threes. We didn't have that last year. Last year in that FDU game, we shot 6 for like 24. Like that's horrible. Like what we can't beat anybody like that. But this year we making jump shots, so I'm encouraged. You know what I'm saying? I'm encouraged.
That's good. That's
I'm
really
encouraged.
good.
I think we're gonna be okay.
Yeah,
we get Utah State. Everybody talking about they was going to TCU. Utah State beat TCU. Let's go.
Right, and that's the parity of college basketball. And speaking of tomorrow, Colorado, Marquette, Utah State, Purdue. So Utah State, fellas, just FYI, Utah State's a pretty good team. They are 28-6. Purdue's 30-4 for the regular season. And so with that, it kind of lets you know, like, hey, Utah State may come from a little conference, but they used to winning too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And so
I'm encouraged.
But yeah,
Smith.
And so you feel like
Smith is not injured.
Right. And so you feel like definitely Purdue should take care of business tomorrow against Utah State. I'm a little worried about that one because of what the analysts stated. They stated Utah State's a really good team. And so I don't know what people have heard about them, but Purdue, according to most analysts, they said this is going to be a really good game. They stated Utah State's going to push Purdue.
They don't give them a tough chance.
At least that's what I've heard from a number of guys that cover college basketball for a living. And so, just want to point
we
that
battle
out.
tested though. Look, we battle tested though. We beat in the season. I know this might be a long time ago, but we beat Arizona. We beat Gonzaga. We beat Tennessee. We battle tested, man. And all those games were tough. When the games are close, I don't know what our record is versus like close games, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty good. We don't really lose close games. Like literally, like all our games, we like the tough games, we won by like 5 points, 3 points, but we won. You know what I mean? So I think that's gonna come into handy even tomorrow. I think so.
Right. Just want to ask a question really quickly, my bros. Do you guys think Duke should be on upset alert? Duke, big school, 25-8. But James Madison, y'all, look at their record. They are 32-3. They are 32-3. Do you guys think it's possible that James Madison could beat? What you think, Jamar? I think they got a real serious chance.
Absolutely. I mean,
in my bracket, I'm gonna get a lot of points if James Madison beat Duke because I got him beat in the second round.
I picked Grand Canyon too. I'm sorry to go back. I picked Grand Canyon. I was sure about that. I was sure they beat them too. But yeah,
and who was that pointed out Grand Canyon? Was that you, Jamar, or somebody pointed out Grand Canyon?
They got a good coach. They got
and I'm like Grand Canyon, like
they're a new school.
They used to play against Chicago State in their conference years ago.
Yeah, they like a new Division I, like a major school, like
crazy. They used to play Chicago State.
That was one of my best ones I picked. I think. But
yeah.
I don't know. Duke kind of looked struggling a little bit versus Vermont, but I guess that's the first half. You know, Purdue wasn't blowing Grambling out until the second half. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I guess that could happen. I don't think Duke should be on upset alert. But I mean, you never know.
Right. But do you think Grand Canyon could get Alabama? Grand Canyon is a 30-4 basketball team.
Hey, when you got wins, you win it. I agree with that. Like, if you got 30 wins, you're a good team. I don't care who you playing.
That's true.
That's a lot of wins. So
that's impressive.
I wouldn't be surprised if they beat Alabama. But for the sake of my bracket, I got Alabama in there.
Okay. Yeah, big boy. Big program at least. And so yeah, for the Boilermakers, I got Purdue in my Final Four. Jamar, you got Purdue. What do you got, Purdue?
I think Elite Eight.
Okay,
that's fair.
Okay,
because Tennessee might be the
right. And Ian, bro, what did you put Purdue in your bracket?
I got them in the Final Four. You know, I'm guessing. You know, they've been getting close. They got upset 1 year, and they've been like real close these upcoming years. So you know, maybe it's they time to finally.
Finally.
I hope so, man. Because PTSD is a real thing, man.
For sure.
and look, I feel like this might be their best chance since Jaden Ivey was on the team a few years ago when we lost to that
St. Peter's.
Yeah, that whole debacle. Jaden Ivey probably played the worst game of his professional career. He
did, literally.
That was terrible. And then losing to a school with two names and stuff in the first round, and like
who Chicago State beat this year.
Look.
Carson Edwards was our best chance. We lost.
That was the best chance, Carson Edwards, man.
We almost went to the Final Four. So Virginia got that
we
lucky
were up
tip.
That game, and Virginia hit a last second shot, man. Hurt our heart. I would never forget that game.
That was crazy.
Carson Edwards is always a Purdue legend. Always.
Yeah, he was getting
that boy was off that tournament.
40 points every game in that tournament.
Yeah, we talking about guard play, Jamar. You always mention guard play wins you national championships.
He was killing it.
And Carson Edwards was having a tournament.
He carried us all the way to the Elite Eight, almost to the Final Four.
Yeah, classic stuff, man.
That's my best.
Good morning, my brother. Much love. Good morning, my bro. Yes.
I want to ask you one more thing before we move on. What's last year FAU and San Diego State made it as lower seeds. What lower seed y'all think gonna make it to the Final Four? Because it's probably gonna happen. Like, it's been happening recently a lot.
Right. Now, you saying what potentially could?
Yeah,
or what my bracket. Because for my bracket, honestly, I don't have a lower seed. Not me, Jamar. I don't have a lower seed making it.
I think
I had New Mexico. It's dumb pick.
I think the winner between the Oakland and North Carolina State game can make a real run.
That's true. That's a good one.
Okay.
That's a good one.
You guys just mentioned a high seed. This might be a little crazy, but what about Yale? Yale last year went to the Sweet 16.
That's true.
Yale this year is a very good basketball team. We talked about them, Jamal.
They play San Diego State.
Dangerous team. And I picked them in my bracket, got a lot of points, and they upset. I forgot somebody, a number 4 seed, but they beat somebody yesterday in the last 2 seconds. That was Auburn.
Yeah,
they beat Auburn. And they took care of Auburn. And so Yale got San Diego State. And so they could. Now I picked San Diego State, as Jamar know, because I said it would be a rematch between San Diego State and the national champion UConn. That's who I stated it would be a rematch.
No, I don't think so.
It looks like it could be if UConn take care of Northwestern and Yale gets care by San Diego State, then that'll be a rematch in the Sweet 16 of the national championship.
True. That's true.
Yeah.
I think UConn gonna beat Northwestern. Even though I would love to see the Big Ten do it, but I don't think they're gonna beat Northwestern. UConn is a machine right now.
Different animal.
They are a different animal. They were up 30-4, and they were just beating those stats. And
they
I'm
were
like,
beating the shit up. It was
like,
I said it was like 37. I saw that.
Dude, they legitimately have a chance to repeat for the first time since Florida did it.
Yeah,
right.
We was in high school. That was Joakim Noah and them. What's the dude still playing in the NBA?
Al Horford. He's the last man. He's a good vet, ain't he?
He's still in there.
Vet. That's how you stay in the league, though, man. When you get that jump shot and you can play some defense, that keeps you employed, right, Jamar? And if you got a specialty that a team needs, some good shooting, Jamar, know how to hit that three, get some buckets, play some defense.
He plays some defense.
That keeps you employed.
Veteran leadership, the intangibles, all that stuff matters.
What happened to Joakim Noah then? They the same age.
Joakim, Joakim, I think he lost the passion. Joakim could have still been playing. He was a shit ball that. I think he lost the passion. I think some with D Rose affected him too, man. When D Rose went down, I feel like that hurt him a lot.
I mean the injuries. I mean, he was starting to get hurt. I think the skill set, especially in the offensive end, never really translated. So, but nevertheless, I mean, in peak form, that man was a monster.
Absolutely, and a defensive juggernaut. Absolutely.
That made me think of this random thing. Y'all think Edey gonna be good in the NBA?
You know, that's a really good question. I think he got a place in the league.
He does have a place in the league.
And Jamar, Ian, I want to reel on this, brother. Let's do this.
I'm
here to say that Zach Edey will have a future in the NBA. You know why, Jamar? Guess why? What country do I live in? What island do I live in?
Guadeloupe.
And what country is this? What country colonized Guadeloupe?
France.
Who is from France in the NBA right now?
Victor Wembanyama.
Who can stick him possibly?
It's not Zach Edey.
I was just about to say, I don't think Zach Edey can. I don't think he's with Wemby, man.
He would be the best chance.
Zach,
he's too slow. Nobody can probably stick him.
He's too slow.
He would be the best chance. He would definitely be the best chance.
He's too slow.
Way too slow.
He's too slow.
I mean,
Zach got a spot though. He got a spot in the NBA though.
This dude,
he got a spot because he should be able. But he can.
It won't last long.
He's slow right now because he's in college.
True.
When he gets to the NBA, his body, he gonna lose a lot of that baby fat. He gonna lose a lot of that.
I don't think he's gonna stay that long, but he gonna make it though.
Well, I think he got a future for sure, and he can shoot the jumper too, y'all. He can shoot that jumper.
Look, he can probably make the league, be in there for a few years, but he's not guarding that man. Like this dude, Wemby, sham god.
Yeah, 7'4".
Gobert. Like. Just think in the multiple time defensive player of the year got shammed out by Wemby. Like,
right. But let me ask you that. But fellas, due to that, there is going to be a job for Zach Edey.
There will be.
From a head coach, I would love to have him so that he can be able to try to tame a Gorbet, try to tame Victor Wembanyama, try to tame Joker. I'm not saying that Victor and Joker are tameable.
Matt Painter said
can tame them. Try to tame Anthony Davis, keep him on. So he got a spot to be able to.
They
try
said
to
he got to go to
these great bigs.
He got to go to a team that fits though. They say he can get a spot, but it got to be a team that it can fit on though. You know what I'm saying? So they was worried about that. That's what Coach Painter and the Purdue experts were saying. Like they think he can go to NBA. But it's just got to get him the right team, which I don't know what that. Yeah. It might be San Antonio. While you talking, it might be a San Antonio.
No, he shouldn't go to San Antonio.
It might be a good spot.
That'd be a big front. That'd be a big front line.
That'd be a huge.
All they would need is.
That's a system, though.
Point guard,
San Antonio is a system. You know what I'm saying? That's the team that's like a system. Like, you know what I'm saying? He got to go somewhere.
There would be some trees. Oh,
maybe Miami.
Something, like he got a spot.
Right, that'd be great. Yeah, Miami would be really nice because he could really, Adebayo could be a real power forward finally, Jamar.
My God.
He could finally be a
you know what though? He played against pros too, y'all.
He's not.
He played for the Canadian team with other pros, so he didn't look bad when he played with them either. When he played with the Canadian national team.
Yeah. Zach Edey.
So,
Yeah.
so I think I watched a few of the games. He looked okay out there with other pros.
Yep. This is a very, very good point, bro. Thanks for bringing that up. That's a really, really good point, and that really made. I was thinking of that, and I actually meant to write that down. So thank you for that, bro. Like really, man. And so, fellas, we have had a lot of fun talking college, but fellas, we got to talk about this. Jamar, I want your thoughts, and I want your thoughts. Jeremy, you a Colts fan. We're gonna talk about
from Gary, so I know the Bears. I know the Bears.
I know you know the Bears, absolutely.
I know the Bears. They don't like quarterbacks.
They don't like quarterbacks.
They get anti-quarterbacks.
So with that, Jamar, the Bears traded Justin Fields. What are your thoughts on it? Did you want Justin Fields to stay? And also, do you think this was the right move for the Chicago Bears as an organization? And just what are your thoughts for Justin Fields and his future as he go for?
Man, Mr. Brandon Price, Mr. Ian Jones, also known as People Hernandez, and Mr. Tidwell from Show Me the Money and all this stuff. And I guess Mr. Thomas. As well. Look, we've had this discussion before, primarily us three here, but we are fans of Justin Field by far.
Absolutely.
I mean, Justin Field, the 3 years he was here, it definitely gave us hope, gave us excitement even in the darkest time, because it was a dark phase when he was here. He was not drafted in the right situation. He was drafted to a front office and head coach who was pretty much on their last leg and did a desperation attempt to try to keep their job.
Yep.
Drafted to an organization that didn't have any structure at all whatsoever from the top down. And within those 3 years while he was here, we seen transformation happen. I didn't think we would see, Phillips leave his job, or them cleaning house, them hiring a black GM, them hiring a black president, them even drafting a black quarterback. Like, none of that. Didn't see any of that coming. Like, in the Bears history, never seen a trifecta like that ever. And they've been around for over 100 years. But
right.
I say that to say this. So personally for me, I've only bought one more. So I only had 3 Bears jerseys in my life, right? So one of them is a Walter Payton jersey, which I still have, a little faded, but I have it. I have a Khalil Mack jersey that's pretty good, and I have this Justin Fields jersey, and I make sure I got the 100-year, edition, the throwback joint with Justin Fields. I think I only worn it maybe once or twice. I try to keep it clean. So Justin Fields, I feel like a lot of us in the fan base, because this fan base has been very divided on this topic the whole year. Half the fan base, you saw from the crowd in Atlanta. When we played Atlanta, you heard them say we want Fields. And because he was balling out that day. He was absolutely balling out, playing with house money. And then the next week when you go against Green Bay and you just, lay an egg, then, got the other half of the fan base saying, we got to get rid of him. And it's been divided the whole time. And he, Justin Fields checks a lot of boxes. He don't check every box, but he checks a lot of boxes. Probably more boxes that we've seen in a long time. Because, we know.
Bears quarterback fans, yes, absolutely. Knowing our quarterback said, yes, he does. Yes.
And so, we knew from the get-go he was better than Mitchell Trubisky. We knew that from the start. As far as a talent, by far better than Mitch. Even though, at the end of the day, Mitchell Trubisky has better numbers than Justin Fields, but we knew Justin Fields had better talent. It just goes back to he only showed flashes at the talent, flashes that potential and that talent, and it's for a number of reasons. One, part of it could have been on him, but I think, but it's a blame. It's a big piece of the blame probably to go around. Coaching, the talent around him,
management,
the direction of the organization at the time,
play calling.
He went through a whole year where the team was literally trying to tank. How do you try to develop when your team is tanking at the same time? It doesn't make sense. Ultimately, the Chicago Bears failed Justin Fields.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Ultimately,
that's a real right there.
I'm with you 100% with that.
But I mean, what the Bears did this all season, I mean, for the greater good of the team, I mean, the future is bright. I just hate to see that Justin won't be a part of this new revamped team that they're putting together. The fact that it started with them re-signing Jalen Johnson after they put the franchise tag on him, making sure he didn't hit the open market, signing Kevin Byard, signing DeAndre Swift, signing Gerald Everett. You already got DJ Board, and then you acquired Keenan Allen for a 4th-round pick. So you got the weapons on offense. You did sign about 3 linemen. You traded for another one.
We still kept Khalil, right?
Yeah, he's still there.
Yeah, still kept Khalil. Deontay went to the Browns, but we still got Khalil.
Yep, and we got Roshan as well from last year. So the running back core is solid. You put all these pieces in here. So it's like part of me is like sad that Justin won't have a chance to actually play with this group. But and like you said at the beginning of the show, like the Bears traded him for a pack of Skittles, but come to find out, Bears had multiple offers that was a lot better, but he quote unquote did right by Justin by trading him to the team that he wanted to go to. So, nevertheless, the last thing I would say,
that's news. That's news. And did you know that as well? So,
yeah.
He wanted to go to Pittsburgh with Mike.
Yeah, it was from what they reported, there was a couple teams that offered, and I guess Poles let him pick, what team. And I think the other offers were better in the Bears' favor, but they let Justin pick out of those teams what would best suit him, I guess.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's why shout out to Rand Poles for that. That's what's up.
Yeah. So, I mean, nevertheless, I'll say this, and this is a quote from Louis Riddick: "Hot flashes," which Justin Fields showed, hot flashes in the pan would get a GM fired.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It seems like they went all in for Caleb, the rookie quarterback coming in. I don't like that.
I mean,
Caleb Williamson. I don't like that.
So, and my take on that is, I mean, I know there's plenty of people that have strong feelings about Caleb Williams as well. There's some people that's like
he don't want to be there.
Chase greatness and all this other stuff. And then, there's some like he's gonna be a bust, and him saying he don't want to be there and all this stuff. From what I'm transpiring and all this, it seemed like more so like his father is the one creating a lot of these narratives. His father supposedly created the narrative of him wanting a partial ownership of a team. His father creating the narrative of, him not wanting to play there or wanting to do something else. Because honestly, there's nothing on record that shows that he actually said that yet.
Right.
Okay.
And so it's like one of those to where, like, look, the Bears been around for over 100 years. We've been Bears fans pretty much the entire lifetime.
Right.
People in our family's been Bears fans before then, and generations to come. And look, if we gave the likes of K. McNown a chance, Shane Matthews a chance, Cordell Stewart was our quarterback at one point, Chris Chandler,
Jim Miller,
Josh Campbell,
Matthews,
trash, man.
Mike freaking Glennon. The list goes on and on. It's like, if we gave a chance and gave patience for those clowns, why not Caleb Williams?
Mike Glennon. Oh,
why?
Mike.
Hey, y'all gifted us that Super Bowl. I'm forever thankful.
Oh yeah.
If y'all had a quarterback, y'all probably would have beat Indy.
Yeah,
absolutely, man. He scored the ball over 6 times. 6.
I was so happy, like
just throwing picks and fumbling all over the field. I'm like, is the rain that bad in Miami?
Yes, I was like, yes. I was so happy.
It was just wild.
But yeah, with Caleb Williams, it's like, I mean, if we gave all them people, other people a chance, I mean, why not give him a chance?
He don't want to be there, though. He don't want to be in Chicago.
I think
he do.
I mean, he never said that for the record. He don't.
Right. So a lot of people speculate that stuff.
And I think a lot of that stuff, like I said, I think it comes from his father, like just trying to dictate narratives and stuff behind closed doors. But he never came out and said it. I mean, because I've been listening to interviews with him and like Colin Cowherd and anybody else in the media that try to slip him up, but all he said is, I want to go to a place that cares about winning.
The thing is, you're a rookie. Be humble. Be happy to be in the NFL. You go where you go. Just ball out wherever you go. Don't be coming here talking about where you don't want to go. Like, who are you? Like, you're a rookie. Like, get out of here. You go who would draft you, ball out to prove yourself. Because he got all the proving to do. He wasn't that good his last year in college. They was mediocre as hell.
Be honest,
they didn't make a bowl game. I mean, they made a bowl game, I think, but they were 6-6.
They didn't make a BCS.
Yes,
they didn't make,
exactly.
The college playoff.
The college playoff. They weren't even in contention. Like, get out of here. Like, so you got to prove yourself. That's what turned me off.
No New Year's 6, no college football.
No nothing.
Just a season full of stats. Even though his top receiver didn't play this year. Just an FYI, guys. And so these are just excuses people have made for Caleb, but the talent is still there.
I'll say just give him a chance. Look, we'll see what he can do. I don't think he could be any worse than what we ever had.
True,
but the ceiling is to, according to a lot of people, could be, as good as it ever been. So give him a chance. Let him see what he does.
We gonna see.
Right. Big shoes to fill. Definitely coming to Chicago. Big shoes. And bro, come on. What's your thought?
Man, it's crazy. I ain't even been really. Besides the March Madness, man, after this happened, man, I ain't even really been paying attention to sports, man. This one broke my heart. So funny story. So actually, he got traded last Saturday, matter of fact.
Yep.
Right.
So I was at the Jesus of Nazareth play with my daughter. So we ended up watching the play. And so I got my Apple Watch on my phone right there, but my phone was face down. And then I seen something come across my watch, and it said Justin Fields, and it had like the red alarm emoji that I use all the time. Right. But I didn't see what it said. So I said, wait, what did that say? It's dark. It's dark in there. So I turned my phone around. I seen he was traded to the Steelers. I was like, man, they gonna make me cuss in here. But no, in all seriousness though, I know, we knew it was coming. It was almost like, because I think they got Keenan Allen like a day, like last Friday or like last Thursday. It was
like a couple of days before.
Yeah, like a couple of days before.
It was Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah. So them getting Keenan Allen was like the writing on the wall. Like, Justin gonna be out of here. Because it was almost, every day it was like, are they gonna keep him? Is he really planning on keeping him? And he just playing games with the media, or is he really out of here? But I always felt like, because he never came out and said it was like, well, Justin's our quarterback. We just gonna move on from the few. We just gonna trade number one pick. Somebody's your quarterback. Eventually, you'll just come out and say it. But he never came out and said it. So I was like, it's probably gonna happen. But the Keenan Allen trade, I was like, yeah, and everybody on my Facebook, everybody in my family was like, nah, I think they're gonna keep him. I'm like, nah.
My whole timeline.
Yeah. I was like, nah, I think they're loading up for Caleb. I don't think they're gonna trade. So then Saturday comes, he's traded to the Steelers. So it was just like, man.
Shout out to Deshaun. I know he happy as hell, by the way. He happy. He boy. He got Russ.
He got two great quarterbacks.
Man.
Another thing too, I will be at the NFL draft. I'll be at the NFL draft next month. It's crazy.
Oh, that's beautiful. And make sure you go live, bro.
Yeah, for sure. So I'll be at the NFL draft that week. Man, I have so many emotions with that. I mean, of course, we all seen it. They didn't necessarily do Caleb. They didn't necessarily do Justin right as far as developing him, but Chicago has never really developed a quarterback ever. So it's almost like Justin was here for the rebuild and the trials and everything, and now the rebuild is just about done. The defense is pretty much solidified. You bring Jalen Johnson back, like you guys stated. Go get DeAndre Swift. Trade for Keenan Allen. They got DJ Moore last year. He had an 80% percentage with DJ Moore last year. He got Cole Kmet paid because Cole Kmet was probably out the door in Chicago. Cole Kmet wasn't producing. He was out there dropping the ball. He wasn't doing nothing. He wasn't blocking. He wasn't doing nothing. Justin threw about 6 or 7 touchdowns, 6, 7,
To him
8
in the
touchdowns
final
to
parts
him
of the season. Yup.
with
Saved his
yeah with
facts, bro.
Got
within
him
like
paid.
within
3,
like
4
the
games, something
last
like
8
that.
or 9 games. Yeah, within like the
He was
last 8 or
hot.
9 games in the season. Yeah, got him paid. So now you got Cole Kmet, you got Joe Everett, which is a great tight end, great underrated tight end in this league. I don't even understand why he keep jumping around from team to team, but so that's gonna be a great addition. It's been all great additions this whole offseason. The Bears have had a great offseason. It's just you see, them letting Justin Fields go was strictly business. It wasn't
Yeah.
I don't think it was his play or I mean his play wasn't perfect. Now let me not act like his play was perfect or he was the perfect player. No, he wasn't. He was a quarterback trending up, but wasn't placed in the perfect position, just like we kind of see from that whole draft class. Maybe besides Trevor Lawrence, but even in Trevor, they all wasn't really put in a great place to succeed, and they all really haven't been developed. Probably except Trevor Lawrence, but Trevor Lawrence has probably been the better has had the better career out of the group, but not by much though. So I mean, it's a combination of everything, and I don't like it kind of gets under my skin. I don't like when people say, "Oh, he was 10-28." Yeah, but the 10-28 don't that's not the story of, his career and what really happened in Chicago because I know people like LaShawn McCoy love to just say that, "Oh, he was 10-28. He didn't win, he didn't do this."
Right.
And he was trying to he was talking to Deshaun Jackson the other day because they started a podcast.
Yeah. He
He
always
was
bashed him on that
yeah,
morning show.
yeah,
Always.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was trying to compare, Deshaun Jackson brought up, Lamar Jackson and Justin Fields stats being similar within their last like 15 or 16 games or something like that. And
Yeah.
so, he was trying to compare you know, the Chicago Bears to the Ravens and Deshaun Jackson simply told him like, bro, you can't compare that organization to the Chicago Bears organization who's been trash for 30 some years. We've been to the playoffs probably 5 or 6 times in my lifespan. I'm 33 years old. We've been to the playoffs
Right.
about 6 times. The Ravens go to the playoffs almost every year.
Right.
So it's no comparison. They have a Super Bowl since then. Well, 2 Super Bowls, right? Yeah, they have 2 Super Bowls since then.
Mm-hmm.
They've been to the Super Bowl like 3 or 4 times. Like it's no comparison. So I think when everybody like to throw around the 10-28, we did go on a run one year where we lost every game by one possession or less than 3 points. He go out there, we got cheated. Funny enough, we got cheated
Steelers.
on a Monday night against the Steelers, and that's who we play for now. Crazy, right? Crazy how
Yeah, I
life
remember
works,
that
right?
game.
Yeah.
Remember that game.
So
Yeah,
it,
Yeah.
man.
it, it's it was heartbreaking as a fan, but I get it from a business aspect, but I don't get it because I get it from Poe's point of view because it's like, okay, let's just say they kept Justin. They keep Justin and they have a subpar year, and then now his contract is up, and so now you got to pay. Now you got to pick whether you're gonna pay him or not. So I do get that part, but next year he only owed 3 million, so you get an extra year, and I'm pretty sure if you load up this team with this talent around Justin Fields, you seen what he did with just acquiring DJ Moore. Y'all took Darnell Mooney out of the rotation of I don't know what happened to Darnell Mooney because if people like to forget, Darnell Mooney was a 1,000 yard receiver and Darnell Mooney was Justin Fields' favorite target to the point where he didn't even have any he didn't even have a good rapport with Allen Robinson, who was our so-called number one at the time.
Right.
So I don't know what Gessie was doing with Darnell Mooney or whatever. I don't know, but once you see what he did with DJ Moore, had a great rapport with Cole Kmet. And I just would have loved to see Justin with this team that's coming out now. So, I mean, I get it from a business aspect, but even if the tables were reversed, even if we had Caleb Williams and we were about to draft Justin Fields, I would say the same thing. I'm like, you didn't give him nothing to work with. He had two head coaches, three offensive coordinators. Nobody's going to develop like that. No quarterback in the league. I don't care if it's Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, C.J. Stroud, these guys have all been put in great positions, and I think people miss that point all the time. They always go back to, oh, well, we didn't draft Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes would have went through the same thing Mitchell Trubisky did. Not to say that Mitchell Trubisky is on Patrick Mahomes' level, but It's all about the situation that you're placed in.
Situation and organization. Yeah,
Yeah, so
absolutely.
I get it.
And
I
that
get it
weather
from a
too.
I get it from a business aspect. And so and then now the Bears don't understand too. My last point, the Bears don't understand too that, and I'm not saying that Caleb is a bad person or a bad player. I think he's a very talented kid. But you're putting him in a position where you brought all these players in, and the fan base, majority of the fan base wanted Justin to stay. It's very few people that I've seen personally that wanted Justin to leave. So you're putting him in a space where it's like you got to take us to the playoffs now because you're being put in the position that Justin Fields wasn't put in, and everybody knows that. And even in the locker room, now you have to win over that locker room. Justin Fields had the locker room won over. You already heard Jalen Johnson come out and say, "Man, hey man, you can't come with that Hollywood stuff out here. You got to come here and prove it. This the NFL. This ain't college no more. You're not coming. You coming in here with the a Heisman Trophy that he really shouldn't have won, but that's another story.
Right. I'm with you.
You coming in here with this Heisman Trophy. Y'all got beat by Tulane that year, the year that you won the Heisman Trophy, so you didn't really do anything. And then last year they had a mediocre year. He got exposed against Notre Dame. He almost gave up a 30-some point lead to Colorado, and Colorado should have won that game.
Right.
Just a whole bunch of stuff. And this is not to bash Caleb. I think Caleb is a great talent. I think he's being put in a great position with the Bears. But still in all, he's still a rookie. There's still an NFL. So it's still going to be a learning curve, whatever position he's put in, just like all the other rookie quarterbacks have done. Just like Peyton Manning, just like the great number one picks we've seen, from Peyton Manning to all these other guys. So it's still going to be a learning curve, but the Bears have really put the pressure on him. It's now like it's almost like he better get us to the playoffs, or they gonna want Ryan Poles' head in Chicago.
Right, and I just want to quickly say before you go, Jamar, I just urge Bears fans to be patient because at the end of the day, he is a rookie, and some rookies will make mistakes, etc. I hope that the Bears fans don't just dog this kid out, Jamar, because he's still a kid at the end of the day, and he's coming into a grown man's league. So I hope the Bears fans can be patient with him and realize that at the end of the day, he's still a rookie. Even though Justin was put in the worst situation, we were patient with him. It's like with Caleb, he's coming into a situation where there's no patience. I'm praying in a way, Jeremy, that makes him really be mature and that he comes in like LeBron and lives up to all the pressure because he's coming in with LeBron pressure. Go ahead, Jamar.
So just to, I guess, piggyback off of what Ian said to a certain degree. I mean, you're not wrong with that because I feel like whoever is the quarterback of the Chicago Bears, let it be Caleb Williams, let it be
Drake Daniels, or Drake Mayo.
They're gonna draft
one of them.
They draft.
Let it be freaking Mark Sanchez off the bench. I don't care. Like, you have weapons in place. The expectation now is to go to the playoffs based on everything that you have done this all season. You loaded up on weapons. The only thing on defense that's really missing, in my opinion, is another edge rusher, which I'm pretty sure they will address before training camp. So that expectation is going to be there no matter if Justin's a quarterback or whomever. That's just what it is. But what I will say is that this being the number one overall pick, normally number one overall picks go into a terrible situation. Right. Terrible situation. The fact that the Bears, this ain't the Bears pick. The Bears pick is actually number 9. The fact that Ryan Poles,
Carolina pick.
Yeah, that's keep pounding. That's your team. Keep pounding. They got fleeced. Tremendous. 2 off seasons in a row, as a matter of fact. But anyway, now the fact that we've never seen a number one overall pick go into a situation like this to where you already have a ready-made defense. You have like all pro weapons on the outside and a 1,000-yard rusher in the backfield, and offensive line is a little bit revamped. And
you got a defense that should be able to help you. 2 high-paid linebackers, Montez Sweat, Pro Bowl safety. We got some Jalen Johnson resigned, so we got some guys on defense too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so basically you come into a ready-made situation. This is one of those situations I use the phrase turnkey. Basically, you insert a competent quarterback, your team takes off. Yeah. So if Caleb Williams is this guy, which I think I'm more on the fence to say he is that guy, more to say he's not, just based on everything that I've been looking at with my own eyes. But the fact that he does come in, I believe he is very mature for his age. I mean, you got to think of it like this. This man already made millions in college off of NIL deals. Millions.
Yeah, true.
So I feel like he's handled that for the most part well. Like, just like the narratives that's out there between other people making, like RG3 saying he should pull an Eli Manning and, you know, just force his way out of that. Like other people are creating these narratives. Like, I have yet to see from his own from his own mouth say these things. So far, for what I've seen, he's been saying all the right things. Yeah. So, needless to say, I think he does come in and, like, he's in a great situation. And like you said, in expectation, you got to go to the playoffs. You just have to. I mean, if Justin was here, it would have been the exact same thing. Like, just like, this is it, buddy. Like, this ain't, this is it. Like, you got to come play. And so,
hey, Michael Jackson, this is it.
For real. So it's more so it goes back to are we gonna have flashes in the pan this time around, or are we actually gonna have somebody that can do what they need to do with the weapons around them now? Like, that's it. Just go out there and ball. Do your thing. That's it.
Right. Yeah. And so it's a lot of weapons for this rookie quarterback. We hope that it results into some wins. But I love Andy Jamar, but I gotta say, I still want to preach, y'all. Be patient. He's still a rookie, and so it could very well be somebody. He's still a rookie, and so it could very well be some volatility. And so I hope and pray that the Bears fans don't go dog out this rookie quarterback and go, "Oh, we should have kept Justin." Oh no, he's a butt. Like, just let the kid, play. The good thing about it is the weapons part. And so it kind of reminded me of the Niners, fellas. As long as Caleb can get that ball out to Keenan quickly, get that ball out to DJ Moore quickly, hand that ball off to those really good running backs, get that ball out quickly, Jamar to Cole, that will really make the Bears dangerous. And so it kind of makes me think, like, with all these weapons now, if he just play his role and manage, he ain't even got to be a superstar. He can just come in and be like the guy from San Francisco. The Bears can be really dangerous. And so, all right, yes. And so we're going to see how things progress with that, fellas. But for time and purposes, we have, the Bears could take 40 minutes. We took 40 minutes on the Bears that fast. And so that was amazing. And so with that, because we literally got off 40 with the Boilermakers. Wow. Bears, shout out to them. We got to talk about your coach, bro, really quickly. And so
it'll be quick because I'm kind of mad. We need to draft some receivers. Get some receivers there. So we're not doing that. It's making me mad. I don't know what they're thinking about. We need some receivers. We sticking with the injured quarterback. What's his
Anthony Richardson?
Yeah,
Anthony Richardson.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We sticking with him, and we actually got in a better situation because I think that the backup is better than what we had than Minshew. We got I think we got Flacco. Who do we got?
Joe Flacco.
Yeah, Joe Flacco is better than Minshew to me. So if AR gets injured again, we're in good hands still. To me.
Right.
But the coach just got to get receivers. Obviously,
you re-signed Pierce. You re-signed him.
Yeah,
he got his money.
I was they franchised him. Yeah, I was gonna say that. They franchised him. But we need to get more receivers. That's all I'm thinking about.
Okay.
We got some rotational defensive tackle too. I forgot his name too, but I'm not really concerned. I think we were one game away from the playoffs with a backup quarterback. So
it came down to just that drop pass.
Exactly.
Remember last year. It came down to that drop pass in the fourth quarter.
Oh my God.
Yep. Yeah, so, that was a crazy game.
I'm not really tripping about the coach. I think we're gonna be straight. So I'm not really focused on them right now. I just hope we get some receivers before the season starts.
Right. Yes, sir. And so this Jamar had to check off, fellas, but it's beautiful because this podcast thus far with the lineup is literally just you and Ian, everything you and Ian. It's so beautiful. And I'm going to chime in as well. And so let's talk briefly about your Pacers, bro. And so
Yes.
I love your Pacers. They are an
Yes.
exciting basketball team.
Yes.
Tyrese Halliburton, man, Wisconsin kid, grew up there, Pacers guy. I mean, Jamal always stated him and then that trade between the Kings and the Pacers,
Oh,
just
that
like
was
teams
beautiful.
won.
It was
Both
beautiful.
teams
Both teams
won
won.
in that
Both
trade. It's
teams.
one of the very few trades you say both teams won.
Both teams won that.
Right, both teams won in that one. And so the Pacers are going to be a playoff team.
Yep.
They could be somewhere between the 5-6 seed, something like that. Maybe, you know, play New York, maybe play somebody like that. But let me ask you this, man. It depend on matchups you feel like, etc. But, you know, in that first round, it depend on matchups, etc. But with your Pacers, what do you think could be their ceiling in this Eastern Conference?
For me, I want them to get that 4th seed. I'm not sure if they will. But I think we could be an Eastern Conference Finals team. We'll lose, but I think we can get back to the Eastern Finals. Just like you said, depending on matchups. But I want us to get that 4th spot though, so we can have at least a home court advantage or something. But the thing I'm looking at is Tyrese ever since the All-Star break, his numbers slipping. He ain't been playing well.
That's because he was injured, and so
we beat the Warriors last night though. We beat Warriors last night.
Right. I mean, what y'all capable of? Y'all can beat damn near anybody.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm hoping we get the 4th seed, and I think we can make an Eastern Finals. I don't expect us to win, but I think that could be our ceiling. You know what I'm saying? Even if we got swept or something, I wouldn't be mad. But no doubt we should win at least one round, and then we'll see after that what happens. We should at least win the first round game.
Right.
I'm trying to avoid that play-in situation. I don't want that play-in stuff. But right now we're 6, so we'll see.
Right. Yeah, you're 6 right now. And so with that, Ian, bro, what do you think could be the Pacers ceiling as well this season? What do you think could be their ceiling?
The ceiling, I would say 2nd, possibly 3rd round. I think the Pacers, in their history, I think they've always kind of been like that middle of the pack, or they'll start to contend actually, and then they'll like kind of like I want to say they'll kind of like break up the team, and I don't like that, man. So I feel like they finally have another really good team, like a good young team, especially with a young superstar like Halliburton. So I feel like this is their time to. I don't know what they need, but I would say this is their time to just keep stacking and keep building. Like they have a great young team.
Yep.
So just try to keep this core together and try to just get better.
I want to say something real quick. They pay Tyrese. You know what I'm saying? Why they always break up? They didn't want to pay Paul George. They didn't want to pay Victor Oladipo. So now you pay Tyrese. So keep that and build around. Like we have something. I agree. Every time we get somebody good, they break it up because they want to pay.
And it's crazy.
That might not be the issue now.
And it's crazy because Paul George stated like some years ago, I think when they didn't want to pay him, that he
bring somebody in.
They was gonna get Anthony Davis, and
they didn't want to do it. They didn't want to do it. They didn't want to do it. That's all he was saying. He said, "Well, give me somebody," and they wouldn't give him to him.
Wow! So imagine AD and Paul George. That would have been a championship.
A younger version, exactly.
Yeah, they were young. They were
younger then too.
Right.
And they had
been a dynasty problem.
It would have been a championship one at least.
I don't know if they would have kept Danny Granger around that time, but they had Danny Granger.
Yeah, Danny Granger was good too.
Yeah, they had Danny Granger, Roy Hibbert around that time, Lance Stevenson. Yeah, man. But I mean, if you get Anthony Davis, maybe one of those guys leave, but that's still a great core to start with. Him and Paul George.
We were already at Eastern Finals versus Barnum a couple of years back.
And giving them hell.
Yeah, man. George Hill, remember George Hill?
Yeah, he was killing.
That was his best. That was his best year. That was his best year in Indiana.
Yep.
Right, absolutely, man.
And we dropped some balls. I agree with that.
Yeah, man. I remember those battles between the Heat and the Pacers.
Yeah,
that was a great series.
It was.
Yeah. So, fellas, just an FYI for the East, it's close here. Ian and Jeremy. For number 3 is Cleveland. They 43-27. Orlando, number 4. Shout out to Ricardo, that kid. 42-28. Orlando. New York, 41-28. Indiana, 40-31. And then Miami and Philly battling for that 7 8. Miami clearly don't care where they land. They like whoever we play, they going. And so basically, Indiana is only 2 games out of 4th place. They only 3 games out of 3rd place.
That's what I want.
You know
Hey, I was
saying?
at that Bulls game when DeRozan dropped 50 on our head. I was there. I was pissed
Yeah.
off.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That
I
was
was
a
so
great
mad.
game.
I was so
DeRozan,
mad. I was so mad.
DeRozan went off,
That's my
man. I
guy.
remember that
That's
I
game.
was so mad. Oh my
That was
god.
but a few days. That was about a week.
That was last
ago.
Wednesday.
Last
Last
week.
Wednesday.
Last week.
That was
Right,
Yeah,
last
last
week.
Wednesday.
I'm like, I
Yeah, it
remember
was
watching
Wednesday.
that one, man.
I took one of my kids and we went down, but we lost overtime.
Right, man. That was a good game. Absolutely.
It
And so,
was.
yeah, man. Shout out to your Pacers, man. Right now they're in 6th in the East, 3 games out of the 3rd place for Cleveland. So we'll see where they land. But you know, I like that team a lot.
The Magic on a 5-game winning streak. That's gonna be. They need to lose.
Yep.
The
They
Magic.
don't get talked about.
They
it.
on a 5-game winning streak. I'm looking at they. I'm like, damn, 5-game winning streak. You should cool them off.
Right.
Yeah, man.
And so, yeah, man. Shout out to the Fresh Prince, by the way. And so he stated,
Deshaun. That's
Deshaun.
Deshaun.
Yes, that's right.
His team is the third.
First
I think he
round
like
of
the
20.
Mavs. He like the
I mean,
Mavs.
who don't like to see major shine? And so
He's a Mavs. He's a Mavs fan.
definitely. And so I just saw his comments on the Instagram page. And so yeah, he was talking about the tournament. And so with that, speaking of the tournament again, fellas, I got Jamar's picks. I got Kevin's picks. I didn't get Sean's picks. And so with that, Ian, we got to go through, bro. Who do you got for the Final Four? Who do you got for the Natty? And I want the same from you, Jeremy.
All right,
I'm gonna start you guys off, man. I'm gonna start you guys off. For me, for my Final Four, I got Arizona because I love Caleb Love. That kid was at North Carolina, as y'all know. He was
transferred. Yep.
Transferred. He's on a mission this year. I got my Purdue Boilermakers.
Yes,
and the reason again is because Zach Edey, I feel like, is the best overall player in the country and the toughest guy to stay with in the country. Additionally, I got the UConn Huskies. Why would I not have UConn? I mean, UConn has been fantastic. And then I had Kentucky. The hell was I thinking? So I had Kentucky, and oddly enough, I embarrassedly say this, but I picked them as my national champion on one bracket. On another bracket, I got UConn. And so I made multiple brackets. And so let's hope my UConn bracket goes well. And so with that, Ian, bro, who do you got for your national Final Four? What's your picks?
I might surprise. I got Arizona. I got Illinois. Illinois.
Yeah, so you got them beating UConn.
Yeah. Arizona, Illinois, Houston, and the Boilermakers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Illinois, Arizona, Houston, and the Boilermakers. That's very legit, man, because I feel like it could be 2 Big Ten teams in the Final Four this year.
Yeah.
They just always let us down somehow.
And so, yeah. With that, and who would you pick for the Nat? Well, no, let's do his Final Four first, Jeremy.
Yeah, let's do Final Four first.
I had I had this multiple brackets too, but I got Purdue, UConn, Marquette, and Illinois.
Okay.
I think I got Marquette. I can't read this right.
Illinois. So Marquette will come out of that East bracket, and so
let me make sure. On the computer, I'm looking at it. Hold on, let me look at it on my phone. It could show me better who I picked.
Okay.
I got I got UConn and Purdue in the championship.
Okay.
And then
UConn versus Purdue.
Yeah, UConn versus Purdue. Yeah, Marquette's there, and oh man, I had this dumb one. I had New Mexico. I had New Mexico. That was my.
You really believed in Jamal Mashburn Jr.?
I did, man. I was listening to some analyst. It was a female analyst on ESPN who got me hyped about that.
Right.
I forgot her name. She was on First Take. Really.
Andrea something. Andrea something.
Yeah.
I
might pick her.
She's pretty though, ain't she? She's pretty.
Yeah, she cute. She cute though.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
I was sitting there believing too. I'm like, man,
I did.
Jamal Mashburn Jr. And so, but he was nice, but he he was another one of those young players in. Got
Yeah.
schooled. Got schooled by some older dudes. And so just interesting stuff. Yes, good morning, Frank. And yes, I see your point, man. Pacers will make the second round, especially if they make Milwaukee. The Bucks can't figure them out. True.
True.
We swept the Bucks this
Yep,
season.
we did.
So,
We did.
yeah, they did. Or was
They
it
did.
3-1?
We did.
Was it
We
3-1?
It might have been 3-1. I know we had a
Giannis
3-1.
dominated them one game. He really
did.
He had to like score like 50-some points in order to beat them.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Right. I remember that game. But other than that, the Pacers have owned them. Yeah. I agree. And so that means, Frank, the Bucks would have to, or the Pacers would have to drop down to 7. Because now
but I want us to be a 4 though, for real. After that,
they would have to drop down to 7, and then I mean Miami or Philly would have to raise up. But Philly looking like they're gonna be in that AC because they lost Joel Embiid, fellas, and man, he been slumping since he left.
What y'all Bulls gonna do? What y'all Bulls gonna? They gonna get it? They gonna play in though.
They're gonna be a dangerous ass team. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now.
DeRozan is kind of like he beaster. He
should be the clutch player of the year. And he should be the clutch player of the year. That's an award now, for real, bro.
Yes, my God.
DeMar DeRozan should be clutch player of the year.
No, it might be Anthony Edwards. It might be Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
No, for me, man, it's DeMar, bro. It's
DeMar. Got that game winning. He got that game winning block too.
I see that, but for me,
like
man, Anthony Edwards is more that MVP type. For me, the clutch player of the year is DeMar.
That's
and
interesting.
The comeback player of the year is your boy Kobe.
Who?
Kobe White.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kobe White.
Okay.
The Bulls started out terrible this year.
They
started
did.
Out terrible. They still been digging their hole out of their hole.
They almost 500 again.
The Bulls was so bad, we wasn't even paying attention to them about 2 months ago.
No.
But about 2 months ago, they done picked up. They were about 15, 16 games behind.
Yeah, they was bad. They was back a lot.
They were really bad. Like really bad. And so it shows you they keep their momentum going. I'm gonna just tell y'all this: they're gonna be a tough team.
In that play-in situation, they might play their way into the 7th or 6th. I mean, it's a couple of games left. We got maybe 10 games left.
10 games, something like that.
10 games left. I think I'm looking at it right now. I think about 10 games left.
Okay. Yeah.
11 or 10 games left.
The Bulls should definitely be. They'll play Atlanta in that play-in first round. They'll play Atlanta. We should take care of Atlanta because that's gonna happen automatically. Us in Atlanta. And so we had a home court. Thank God we won't. We take care of them, and then hopefully we should be able to take care of either Miami or whomever. One of them teams. You know what I'm saying?
Miami might not be Miami not gonna be easy though. They did that
not
last
gonna
year.
be easy, but
they went for the play.
Let's just hope that Philly, we could play Philly. If we play Philly,
without Embiid,
we're gonna be Philly.
without Embiid.
Without Embiid, because I think they're trying to bring him back. They're trying to bring him back.
Right. I don't think they're gonna bring him back, and so
they're trying to. If they want him back.
Right. I hope they don't. So if they don't,
if they don't, I'll give y'all a good chance.
Exactly.
I give y'all a great chance. I give y'all a great chance.
You got a very good chance if they don't bring him back. And so fellas. So now we got to get your natty picks, Ian, bro. Who you got for the natty?
I got
for the natty. I had Arizona and Houston.
Okay.
And I got Arizona winning it all.
In Arizona, that'd be crazy. In Arizona,
right?
Yeah.
And for me, fellas, I got Arizona. I had Arizona and Kentucky.
In Kentucky,
in one bracket, and then for the other bracket, I had actually Arizona and UConn. And so,
that's a good pick.
So basically, with that, I still feel like UConn will come out. And so with that, Jeremy, who you got, bro?
I have Purdue. I'm biased, but I have Purdue for real. But I got us beating UConn. But I can really see UConn win it. My unbiased pick would probably be UConn, though. But my heart is just Purdue because we legit got a chance. So I'm not going to go against them.
You're not going to go against them?
I'm going to the Final Four, so I hope they're there.
Exactly. That would just be totally awesome.
That would be totally insane. Yeah, it would be.
Right.
But I like how we looked yesterday. We steamrolled who we should have steamrolled. And then Utah State will be a challenge, but I think we'll get through them. I think we got a good path.
Absolutely. You got to take care of business tomorrow. So with that, fellas, let's briefly hit on the women's side. Just want to get you guys' thoughts. Give me your pick. So, we LSU national champions last year, right?
Not this
Yeah,
year.
I watched them play yesterday. I watched them play yesterday.
Right. Caitlin Clark with Iowa. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful watching them in play. You know, etc. National championship game last year. Juju Watkins down in USC, right? Watching see what she's been doing. South Carolina, right? Undefeated, right?
Yeah, they beat the brakes off somebody.
It's just amazing. Yeah, they beat somebody like 90-something to 30-something.
They're gonna win the whole thing. They're gonna win.
You know, like that should be a popular pick amongst a lot of people. Another sleeper I feel like is UConn, fellas, and that's because
Notre Dame.
Ariyama is one of the best coaches of all time, and they still got Paige Buckers, right? And who was one of the 5 out of the top 5 players, the AP All-America team. She was the guard. And so
she was the one.
So, you know, right.
It's some good women's, man. Women's is interesting.
It's a lot. It's a lot of ballers.
Fellas. It's a lot.
I like Notre Dame as a sleeper. Nobody talk about them, but they good too, though. Notre Dame's
Notre Dame's really good, man. That Albany 2 bracket on the women's side is a gauntlet, bro. It's like the Western Conference for the NBA. Shit.
Yeah.
LSU and that boy, UConn and that boy, Iowa and that boy. So it's like it's a lot of good teams. And so, fellas, with that being said, though, give me one word. Who is your national champion? And so, bro,
South Carolina.
Okay, and you,
man, it's tough.
You You ain't just automatically say the word. You ain't just automatically say the word. So you thinking somebody else?
I'm going South Carolina, but I'm not. You can't sleep on the heart of a champion in LSU. And Caitlin might have something to say about all
like Caitlin Clark. I love her.
She might have something to say about it. She might have something to say. I don't know. And then, like you say, you got Juju in the win. So it's tough to say, but I think
dropping 50 on them. 50 on them.
Yeah, but I think it's hard to win by yourself, and I think Caitlin learned that last year.
Yeah. I love to see her do it though.
Yeah.
But she's gonna be Indiana Fever. She going Indiana Fever.
Yeah, I'm not gonna underestimate them. You said who?
Indiana Fever.
Can I just say this really quickly, fellas? With the women's side, it ain't no volatility like the men's side. We know with the men, anybody can knock off anybody in. But with the women, we can predict generally who's gonna be there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just want to point that out, bro.
I'm gonna go South Carolina, but I'm not sleeping on Caitlin and what she gonna bring. I think Iowa gonna be focused. They're gonna have more experience. You know, they was in the game last year, so I'm not gonna sleep on them. And I mean, you really can't sleep on LSU because I feel like they got something to prove. You know, with losing to South Carolina earlier this year. People feeling like they
great SEC championship.
People feeling like they overrated it.
I got something to say after this. I'll let you finish.
Just a lot. They played like crap yesterday, though. They had a lot of turnovers, a lot of missed free throws, but they got the W. But I got South Carolina though.
Exactly. So, hold on. I got something to say about this girl, man. I love our black people, right? And people think like I've had people get mad at me for liking Caitlin Clark over Reese. I don't like Reese. Let me tell you why. She's baller, right? But she talked too much. Like, play the game. Like, you're good. Like, I saw her yapping at the South Carolina girl just off the top. Like, girl, just play your game. Why do you have to talk? Like, nothing that happened yet. She just mouthing. Like, I don't like that. She gonna get humbled in the WNBA.
But Jeremy, I must tell you this: when I score 5 baskets in the YMCA, I yap too. I start yapping. So,
not at the YMCA.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
And so I'm just saying, like her being a competitor is my point. In like when she competing, she yaps, and so
she ain't gonna be able to do it in WNBA.
Like, Reggie Miller was one of the biggest yappers.
I love Reggie Miller.
Reggie would yap.
I mean, some of the greatest players is.
That's true.
That's true. Y'all.
But
I do.
You can't do that. Caitlin Clark give you 40. You better shut up and play ball.
That was the thing. So
sure.
Caitlin Clark is the original yapper. Remember, are you not forgetting, bro? The conversations we had last year.
She wasn't doing it like.
Because she
wasn't
did
doing
that
it
against South Carolina. Remember South Carolina?
Nah, she wasn't.
Remember we had South Carolina in the national championship, right? And we did not. Everybody last year in women thought it was going to be South Carolina and LSU.
We did.
That's what we thought. We did not think Iowa was going to beat South Carolina. South Carolina was undefeated last year too.
They were.
Same shit with South Carolina last year. And when Caitlin Clark beat them, she beat them.
Well, she wasn't doing it to
Angel
them,
Reese
though.
made sure she got it back in the natty.
She wasn't doing it to them, though. Like, I can't explain it. I'm for this. I'm for that. If you're doing it. But look, Reese was doing it, like, following her around to do it. Like, that's so lame. Like,
I don't know. I felt like she deserved it. That's me. She did it in the Elite 8 too against Louisville. Louisville was a good team, and she was talking trash.
She wasn't talking to the other team though. She wasn't talking to the other team though. She was talking to the fans and her teammates.
For the Louisville game.
Yeah, she was doing it. She was doing it to. She was doing it to
a lot
her
of
fans.
People that's her talking trash to the Louisville team.
Nah, man, she was doing it to her teammates.
She definitely did it for South Carolina to really set them. And so, I mean, sometimes it's karma, man. You know, you yap. Sometimes folks yap back at you. And so,
unless you didn't beat South Carolina, so that's what I'm saying. Reese if she beat South Carolina, then yeah. But don't start talking if you ain't beat nobody.
No. And so, Caitlin got to get that natty. One thing Andrew do got is that natty, and so
he does.
With her and Flo Jake Johnson, who was a Rock Nation signed rapper in.
Really? I didn't know that.
The shooting guard for LSU. So we're gonna see, man. And so you got South Carolina, South Carolina,
yeah. Sleeper is Notre Dame for me. Sleeper team is Notre Dame.
Yeah. And so we're gonna see, man. But the women's side gonna be very interesting. I really want to see.
I didn't make a bracket. I didn't even make a bracket with them.
I did, man, and it was very interesting, man.
To be honest, I think the women's side gonna be a little bit better than the men's side.
Oh, that's bold. That's bold.
Yeah, no, I mean, and you are totally right.
That's a lot. That's a lot of ballers, man.
It is. That's true.
And it's good for women's sports because it's making, you know, I've always, to be honest, during March Madness, I've always paid attention to women's basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know my dad used to coach women's basketball in high school, but like to see them in college, like they really be balling out in March Madness, man. And it's been happening for a long time, but now you got these players like Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark and Juju and all these other players, and it's starting to. I think everybody's starting to see it now.
I agree.
It's not just like certain people or just the core fans. I think a lot of people starting to see it. So I love that for them.
I'm going to my first WNBA game because Caitlin Clark getting drafted by Fever. So I'm gonna go this summer. Take my daughter.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
That was my first WNBA game.
She will be with the Fever. She will be with the Fever.
And they got the girl Boston too. So like
Boston, from South Carolina.
That's gonna be a nice duo.
That's going to be a nice duo in Naptown. I was just in Naptown.
We in the playoffs.
We some White Castles and everything right there. Y'all both, Ian got family in Nap. You live in Nap. I went to Purdue. I went to visit we got big Indianapolis ties. Y'all know exactly where I was where I bought that White Castle right next to that Arby's right near the Greyhound station.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, man. That White Castles was good early in that morning. Anywho. So man, like, I'm really excited to see that, man, that Caitlin Clark go to the Fever and she gonna be paired up with Aaliyah Boston. That's gonna
be good.
That's gonna be a duo for real, man, because the Fever was already pretty tough this season.
Yeah. She got Rookie of the Year, but they weren't very good. They didn't make the playoffs.
Right, they didn't make the playoffs, but they were fighting. Like the Young Bears teams, like coming up close but not winning. But fighting.
They was fighting.
And so it's going to be very interesting to see that team grow and develop, man. They could be the next Suns. And so, good morning, Victor Young. Yes, Grand Canyon for the win.
I picked them. Grand Canyon. I picked that upset.
Man, that's going to be something, man. And so, with that being said, though, we got something that's very important to do, my bro. And so, we want to know, Ian, do you happen to have anything for us this morning, bro, in basement? And so we love just having some trivia, some whatever Ian brings is always fun, I'm telling you. So tune in. So Ian, what you got for us this morning, bro?
With the NFL draft coming up, And with all the Justin Fields talk and all Chicago Bear talk, what do you guys think is the best Bears draft pick in the last, I would say, 25 years?
Sheesh.
Oh, for me, easy.
Shoot.
For me, easy. The last 25 years,
Who?
it's between two players. Easy for me. Number one, the kid out of New Mexico, who was a safety in college. You know what I'm saying?
Hall of
and
Famer. Yeah.
turned out to be a Hall of Famer. Great linebacker by the name of Brian Urlacher. And then number two happened to be 2006, baby, who just got inducted into the Hall. Just got the call. Just got the call for the Hall of Fame. We were so emotional right in before we went on break. That is Mr. Devin Hester, Mr. Ridiculous. You are ridiculous. Yes. And so,
Devin Hester, I was talking about first.
Those were two of the best and legendary draft picks for the Chicago Bears. What a run we had with Lovie Smith, man. What a run we had.
Yeah.
Those are my.
They fired him thinking they're going to get better. Trash.
See what I'm saying?
You do that exactly. That's what it happens every time. You think you're gonna get gold, you don't get nothing.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think those would be
Esther was
we talking about free agents, bro. We talking about draft.
Yeah, we're talking about draft picks. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I don't forget nobody.
I'm trying to think who drafted directly by the Bears, but I was thinking Hester. That's the first one that came to my mind.
Right.
But Urlacher, I forgot. Urlacher too.
First two, but I had to go with Urlacher.
Yours is good because Urlacher, I forgot. Yeah, he was drafted by the Bears.
He was drafted by the Bears.
Yeah.
Stayed his whole career.
Yep.
Yeah,
I think in any other uniform.
Yep.
You know what? They didn't want to pay him either, and he didn't want to play for nobody else. That was one of the reasons why he retired.
Yep. Facts, bro. Facts.
The Bears do that though. They don't want a quarterback for sure. That's just the history. What's that?
I think those would be my two too. I think my first thought was Devin Hester, but yeah, you got to put Brian Urlacher in there.
Urlacher got to be the top of that.
And then after that, it would be Justin for me.
No,
just because of the excitement. Because of the excitement. We were pumped up as Bears fans. You got to Jeremy. When we got Justin drafted, bro.
Yeah, but it didn't pan
I'm just talking about from the excitement. Like, I'm not saying that Justin turned out to be an all-time
exactly.
Yeah.
But what I am saying is that from the excitement and from the most memorable draft picks, Bears fans went crazy.
I got you.
Yeah, because I don't think we've seen that. He was supposed to be top 10. He kind of slid. Yeah. And I think when I was shocked when Carolina didn't take him, when Carolina was at 8 or 9, and they didn't take him and they took J.C. Horn, I was shocked. I was like, wow. I said Justin Slide, and then when I seen the Bears trade up,
I'm about to look this up real quick.
Cleveland.
Last 25 draft picks.
I was like, wow. I was like, maybe they're gonna get Justin, but I thought they was gonna get Mac Jones. It pissed me off. Right. I was like, I don't know, but they got Justin, man, bro. Yeah, Justin probably would be third. I feel like somebody else is missing, but I just can't. It ain't coming to me. But the first
I'm googling right now.
It'll be Urlacher. It'll be Urlacher and Devin Hester for sure.
Right. We probably missing some offensive linemen. When was Olin Kreutz? Because Olin Kreutz was very impactful, man. He's a Hall of Famer too. But I don't know when he was. He probably was the 90s, maybe on some. I don't know.
Y'all drafted Roquan Smith.
I remember Roquan, but he wasn't Urlacher. You know, like I know Roquan. He was nice. He wasn't. He wasn't even. You know, he was impactful with us with the Bears, but you know, he still didn't have that impact that Justin just had on the whole city and the franchise. Like it was just an impact for Justin.
Y'all remember Greg Olsen? That was a good pick too.
Yeah, but you know, again, he ain't Devin and he ain't.
No, he ain't. I think we got that right. I think we all could agree we got that right.
Man.
Yeah.
Brock, let me see. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Greg Olsen was a good pick.
He was a good pick.
But you know, he wasn't those guys.
We just let him go, man. He ended up. I think Greg Olsen's a Hall of Famer. Is he a first ballot? He probably won't be, but I think he's a Hall of Famer though. He
had a nice career with us. He did.
Yeah,
and he went on to have a nice career with Carolina too.
Yeah. He had a great
career. I remember. Y'all remember
targeting Carolina.
That's 25 years though. But y'all remember Rashaan Salaam? I was
Yeah,
little
yeah,
kid.
yeah,
I
yeah,
remember
yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah.
I remember him.
Heisman
But I
Trophy
went.
winner, Colorado. Yeah,
I
his
just
last
realized
Heisman
we
Trophy winner.
old. I went to
Who better?
95. You said 25 years.
Trash.
That's 2000. So
Yeah,
after
that
Yeah,
was
2000,
pure trash. And before him
Brian
was
Urlacher
Curtis
was
Enos, right?
2000.
Before
yeah.
him
Brian
was
Urlacher was 2000.
right, and before him was Curtis Enos, 98. Remember Curtis Enos in?
Let
Oh
me see.
Trash.
Lord.
But he was nice at
Just
Penn State, but he was
he was
trash.
nice at
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
Penn
he
wasn't
was
that
trash.
good.
trash.
He wasn't that
Man,
good.
it's just
He was trash. Hey man, Kim man came in
terrible.
now. Trash.
Came in. Yeah, y'all drafted
Whoa.
Cable now. Yeah, exactly.
98,
Cade
99. I
McNown. Don't
think came
even
in now
Yeah,
mention
99.
Cade McNown.
99.
They both were top 10
UCLA
picks.
Cade
Oh,
McNown.
hold on. I bet
Trash.
y'all remember this. Hey, y'all had a good. Y'all remember some receiver. Y'all remember David Terrell? I remember him.
I remember David
He had
Terrell.
a yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
01.
love David
He
He
had
Terrell.
a
was
He had
good
a
good.
he
year
had
in
a,
I remember
he had
him
a
when
01.
he.
year or two. He had a year or two and
He had
just
a,
Year
that
two,
one
disappeared.
year. Yeah, he
Anthony
was
Thomas
good.
from Michigan. We went to the playoffs that year. They made that Super Bowl Shuffle remix.
The The A
I remember
train.
R.W.
A
McCord
Train,
is on that
yeah. A
team.
Train was nice. A Train was
A
nice.
Train. Remember R.W. McCord is on that team.
Yeah,
Mike
y'all
Yeah,
Brown
got
on
yeah,
some.
that
yeah.
team. Urlacher was in his second year. I remember that
Mike
squad.
Brown, that's a
Absolutely.
good one.
You
Mike
know,
Brown,
Mike
that's a good one.
Brown, he was impactful too, out of
Yeah, that's
Nebraska,
a good.
Mike Brown. You know what I'm saying? But they weren't Urlacher and Hester. But, they were
No, he
nice.
wasn't. He
And so,
wasn't.
yeah, man. And so
Thank
with
you.
that, Jeremy, bro, it is totally appreciated, man. And I
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
you bringing up that Google
Yeah.
search. And Ian, bro, that was an excellent question, man.
Yeah.
Now, fellas, it's time to head into the weekend. And so, as we head into the weekend, Ian, bro, any final thoughts, shout outs as we head into the weekend, and we'll follow up with you, Jeremy, as well.
Dark.
Shout out to Jeremy for coming on with us this morning,
Yes,
man.
appreciate
Appreciate
y'all.
you.
Love.
Our first show being back this season.
Yep.
Well this season. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a good show.
Yep.
Man, shout out to all the NCAA teams on the women's and the men's, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a great March Madness again, like it is every year. So I'm excited for that. And hopefully this weather break a little bit better. It's been up and down as of recently,
Man, for
but
real.
it was just snowing yesterday. Then the sun came out, got warmer, then it get cold. You never know what you're gonna get when you wake up these days. But yeah,
Right.
man, everybody
With them
stay
coats on.
safe.
Stay consistent with them coats.
Yep, and just enjoy March Madness.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And happy spring, by the way. And so with
I'm
that,
on
Jeremy,
spring
bro.
break. I want
Oh,
spring.
yes,
No, I
sir.
teach. I'm off next week. I
Yeah,
don't
everybody
have to
on
set no
spring break
alarm.
this week.
No alarm
Right.
clocks for me. The one thing I got.
Fantastic.
Take this with y'all. It's the one thing I got. Michigan State is gonna beat North Carolina.
All right.
That's my final thought. Hey, appreciate y'all for having me on for real. I do check y'all out. Even if I just cut it on, I don't be looking. I'm listening to it or something if I'm up early. So I really appreciate y'all for having me on.
Yes, sir.
And I'd
man.
love to come back. And whenever y'all want to have me again, I'd love to come back.
Of course, man.
Yeah.
We definitely look forward to having you
Definitely.
back, bro.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And
Thank you
so,
so much.
Jeremy and Stater, man, we appreciate you jumping on with us this morning. It was
Yes,
a
sir.
fantastic conversation with you, bro. And
Mhm.
as always, man, for being here. And so, with that being said, on behalf of the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, we would like to say thank you all for tuning in with us this morning. We had some great comments, some good participation. And so, please continue to chop it up with us and support our podcast on various platforms. And if you are and would love to talk sports with us on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, we are here and would love to do so with you. Your love and support is truly appreciated, and we hope you all have a blessed and safe weekend. Peace.
All right.